My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2 Pireborn with Railforged as the follow. Hell yeah. And Crucible Warden in the base deck with the Etch ability. Deal damage to equal to this unit's attack to front enemy unit. We've got Hammerfall to increase its attack in the first place. And a Consume spell in Pyre Cask. Oh, we've got Fire is Greed. Alright, fine. Alright. This is the time. This is the time where I never forget that we have Fire is Greed. I'm literally just going to repeat Savagery. All right, cool. I'm just going to keep reminding myself. We've got Fire is Greed. We've got Fire is Greed. We've got Fire is Greed. We've got Fire is Smelt. Grants an additional. And I am smelting. Interesting. There's also friendly units gain Avarice 2, which I love, but I really think it should be the Crucible. That solves most of our energy problems. Lady Avarice could enchant. I wonder if Crucible Steward's Etch trigger deal damage equal to this unit's attack to the front enemy unit. No, because it's not this unit dealing its attack. Yeah. Like, a unit that deals damage to enemy units. Like, this ability does trigger Avarice. This one probably won't, if I had to guess. And then Guildmother with Trample and Summon a Gilded Egg. I almost never take the Guildmother line. Let's do it. I'll Hammerfall. Oh, hang on. Salvage. Then Hammerfall. Then salvage the salvage in hand again. Great. And then I've got Hammerfall one more time. Woohoo! Salvage Ventral Shard to immediately slay the enemy front line. Yeah, I guess Forge Points with the Spear Steward on the second line is probably the best I can do. We have another Spear Steward, but we'll only probably get one more Forge Point for it anyway. I'm going to leave Pyre Cask so that it can continue to shuffle through the deck if it needs. $45 damage. It's going to take you more than 3 hits to get through Lady Gilda. Yeah, so giving the Gilded Egg that additional damage, I think, is the right move. Yeah. All's well that ends well. Get him. I took as long as I could. Golden Touch, then Armament Drive. Hell yeah. It can. Oh, Metallurgy is nice as well, but Armament Drive, just the initial power it can give you, it's really hard to match. Oh, obviously not loot. Save. Merchant of Steel, Merchant of Magic. I might go Merchant of Steel, Merchant of Magic. We'll start with the Pireborn banner here. Smidge. I don't think I end up endlessing a whelp, but I don't know, maybe. Oh. That worked out well. So bottom line is Guildmonger Crucible Steward, so it's only got one space for a bloated world between them. I think I'm going to have a Shield Steward with a Mini Stone and some additional health on the next line, and then I'm going to also give this burst to a Spear Steward, ideally to stand behind it. Yep. Hollow Legion. So Lady Gilda is going to be great for the top floor here. Pretty much just nets that 75 by herself. I just really need to be careful about maintaining the health of my lower lines. Thankfully, with an endless Guildmonger, that should be a little easier for us to do. Maybe I also just pop the Shield Steward there. Yeah, then that one there, that one there. Yeah, that was a lot better. Hold up. Just realized the forge point. There we go. Okay. Will armament drive the bottom line? Equipment. Gone. Yeah, because the Guildmonger is going to die and get resummoned, so I don't want to give it equipment because we'll just immediately lose it. Probably better for me if it dies next turn. Beautiful. Welcome back, Guildmonger, and in fact, that's already enough to win. And you die, and we have the Gilded Egg on the top line. We're going up to 7 Dragon Horde at the end of this fight. That's great. Huge news. Lava Flow. It's a great consume card for the bottom line. It also initially deals the damage from our Etch trigger down there as well. Weldling, Bonk, or Metallurgy. I really do like Forge, but I'm not using it that much right now. I can use it more if I get, obviously, more playable units, but I can use it more if I get more weapons as well. Weldling's currently threatening to give its armor to Guildmonger a lot of the time, which is not needed. Bonk is one of my only target enemy backline situations we have, but also Metallurgy is one of my only ways to add additional smelt to this deck right now. And we do get energy from that. I'm going to take the Metallurgy. increase max hold by 2. And merchant cost reduced by 25%. That's the one I would have taken anyway. I want to hit up the Railforged here. I want to hit up Merchant of Magic so that, you know, the deployable arm, not deployable, but the intrinsic armament drive is always something I'm really looking for. Maybe hold over Golden Touch, but probably hold over Metallurgy instead. I'd decrease the cost of any of these salvages. I'd give Spell Chain to salvages. I'd give Spell Chain to Lava Flow. And I'd give Consume to Hammerfalls. Smolder Stone Consume to Hammerfalls. There's that Smolder Stone and the Intrinsics here too. Yeah. Intrinsic Armament Drive. -2 and Consume for the Hammerfall. I think I roll here. We've got the... actually... Yeah, no, I roll. I roll. It's nothing Freestone needs, right? Oh, Freestone Pyrecask is good. Helps make sure that it's ready for the wave that needs it, which is typically a boss. I'm definitely going Merchant of Steel. Merchant of Steel has Empyrean Well directly next to it. I'm probably going Capacity after the first boss, just because Lady Gilda is going to continue getting larger. So I will need a Capacity upgrade. I could get it after the second boss if I don't care to put anyone else on the same floor as Lady Gilda. But also, if I do go Capacity, I have the option to upgrade Crucible Steward as much as I can in the next Merchant, and then dupe you immediately, and then just give you a chump block consistently of Guildmonger, and then the bottom line just does these etch triggers, 2 etch triggers at the same time. I think that's our direction. So additional Consume is really helpful. I want Holdover and Spell Chain so much. Let's look at the Railforged unit. I'll take a salvage machine so that I have access to some scrap harvest. That's wild. Oh! Of course, I've never seen the rare Wormkin draft picks from here. I've seen the rare Wormkin cards, of course, but I've never had this event and Wormkin has been in the game. And then selected for this event, of course, as well. Banish drop pick. Luna drop pick. Maybe. Wormkin feels unlikely to be good at all. It has to be rare, and it has to be a draft pick. So let's very quickly check. Wormkin, you are looking for the rares. Okay. Only works if I have echoes. Only works if I have eggs. Comes out of an egg. Only works if I have echoes. Only works if I have echoes. Only works if I have echoes. Echoes. This one? This one can work. Because it provides the echoes that you need for the reap to do any damage. This one requires echoes. This one requires benefiting from echoes. This one would be good. This one's echoes. Yeah. I feel like I'm almost never going to be picking a rare Wormkin draft pack. Give me the rare Luna. Ooh. Maybe a little nasty little ritual tome. Gives a little bit more survivability. I'll save my money though. We need to get a really good upgrade on... I mean, I thought it was going to be the Crucible Steward, but maybe it's a salvage machine? And no, you've only got one salvage every 3 turns, which is nice, but even though you are one size, I do think we're still duping Crucible Steward. But we can also put you on the same floor on the bottom line. So it's Guildmonger, Salvage Machine, Crucible Steward, and then Lady Guild atop. I should probably protect the Shield Steward if I can. Okay. First things first. Armament drive. Weapon. Weapon. A weapon for you. Then I'll salvage the scrap metal from hand. Steward Whelp sets up the second floor. I will give the Titan skin to Lady Guild atop. Force the etch there. And we'll spend all of our forge points on just a bigger steward there. Perfect. They came down to the bottom line and they're ready to be cast. Let me ask you a question. Actually, hang on. The salvage give additional energy on top, so I should be using salvages earlier in that. Right, I'm buffing the buffing the boss a little bit much here. Hang on. There has to be a way better way of doing this. Salvage that. Then big hammerfall and I think we're okay. And I do want my Guildmonger to die, so they're right on that one. Okay, 35 additional damage for a single unit. I feel like for safety's sake, I should probably just pop it on the back line at the top. I don't have that many turns of actual combat on the bottom line available. Giant forge points. Nothing I can use them on, though. Alright. We'll salvage. I cast the boss. I'll salvage or smelt this salvage from hand, and then I have enough to throw a hammerfall down. As long as the guildmonger dies, I'm okay with it. So now that I've figured that, we've definitely got the win on that floor. Is there a way for me to get the guildmonger to die and do most of the damage? So I'm looking for roughly bad solutions here. That'll do it. Because now we have an endless guildmonger that's going to be available on the next floor. Oh no, it needs to... You'll have no rage by the time you get up there, so 30 damage will kill you. Okay, I need to do less damage. This is just getting another horde, another egg out of the horde. Yeah, pretty much that, I think. Gosh, damn it. Well, thankfully, we have another out. As I drew a Spear Steward and the Golden Touch. So I can still get one more Dragon Horde before the end of this fight. Oh, wow. I can't get... Oh, I can get another one! I get... Oh! All the way up to 7. That's a lootable number. Superheated new Anvil Breaker. Yes. And Pie Shotgun. Steward. I do like Forged Steward a hell of a lot. Steel Steward significantly less. Conducted Steward not at all. In this deck at the moment. I'll take that Forged Steward. Did say my first one was going to be a capacity pickup, and I'm not lying. I'm Ryan. Yeah, I just loot later again as well. Ooh. When an enemy unit descends, gain Pyogel 3. Sorry, Pyogel 2 at the moment. 3 later when I get increase all Pyogel sources by 1. Is it quick and multi-strike for the Steward and then just dupe it? I think so. Large and Smidge, both available. Huge. I think I large smidge the Forge Steward. I think plus 14 for salvage machines, totally reasonable. I don't think I have anyone who needs to hold a plus 20. Ooh, Purge though? Yeah, let's cut the Steward I'm not using first. Spear Steward I'm not upgrading, rather. Lightforge gives us our Gilded. Whoa, you don't get bigger? I have made a mistake. Thankfully, I still care about the additional capacity. That was just a second reason I might have cared about it. Second Crucible Steward's added to the deck. We'll move on. Oh, -1 energy per turn. Certainly annoying. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Salvage Machine, give me the thing. Then I'm going to give a bunch of damage to our frontliner there. I'll have you smelt scrap metal in hand, giving us enough energy to be also able to play Golden Touch immediately for a Dragon Horde. And Armament Drive for 1, 2. Yeah, actually. 3. Spear Suit on the next line comes out with the Forge, and I'll also throw another piece of equipment on you. I could also use a Crucible Steward on the Scalcified Ember, but I'm actually hoping it cycles and I get to play it. Hell yeah. Metallurgy, a Vengeful Shard, and then another Vengeful Shard. So much additional energy, and I can't even use it. I think the most annoying thing about this is the Guildmonger's not dying at all, so I'm not getting any Horde. Someone needs to be killing this Guildmonger. Oh, hell yeah. Got a Golden Touch still coming down to the deck. So a Loaded Whelp on top line could be eaten later. And we definitely just beat Corin the Judge as soon as it gets to the next floor, so I really can't change anything right now without winning. Golden Touch our top line, and then watch the rest resolve. We do get another 4, so we get back up to 7. That's not bad. We don't want it to be 10, but it's... could be worse. Soul's Melter. Feels like that's probably the most likely I'm going to get up to 10. Sacrificial Chamber for the bottom line. This is probably about the latest I would take it. I'm definitely going energy for the sake of deployment stuff in the next area, so I'm probably going merchant of art. Also, eventually, the defense for the bottom line becomes Forge Steward instead of Guildmonger. At which point, we have an ability to get a second salvage machine on the same line. So perhaps duping salvage machine, which might be Merchant of Steel upgrades salvage machine. Dupe in Merchant Trinkets. Only problem being, if I really want to use the sacrificial chamber, I should probably make it deployable. Yeah, I want more money. Trapshoot. On the top floor, cooldown of 3, descend enemy units to the bottom and apply daze 2. Disassemble, sacrifice, forge 5. That's exactly what we want. We have the guy. We have the guy that wants that. Mass production's also really good in the right circumstance, but no, it's disassemble for us. I'll be looting. Think of this as a units gain 3/3 situation. Really good for the Crucible Stewards who get 12 damage out of it and 6 health. Hey, Winged Steel! Another draw relic, love it. Especially because I'm not going to be able to take any boss draw relics here. So I'm leaning to the left and removing like a Bloated Whelp and a Shield Steward. I do think smidging the Guildmonger makes you a lot easier to use. I'm just going to give the burst to the salvage machine. I'm not going to spend any more money here. That's all I really needed to do. Then 1 Shield Steward, 1 Bloated Whelp. I'll probably remove a couple more Bloated Whelp. Actually, hang on. I'm just about to go to a Merchant of Trinkets with this money. A random Railforged consumable card. I mean, I want consumable cards in general. This is either Space Prism or Morsels? Jar of Morsels? Can't remember its name at the moment. The Banished consumable card is generally my favorite. Damage Shield 4 Valor. Gives you 4 armor at the end of each turn. Of course, it's not that great on a unit that already has 25 armor by base. And Railforged consumable card, I need to get an understanding of the subset that you pull from. Railforged, I mean, consume can only be spells. Fire Blading, Railforged Spike, Fused Weaponry, Machinist's Tome, Boundary Line, what? Choose a card, smelt all cards in hand except the chosen card, cool. Machine Production, Quenching Oil's probably the most likely one. Yeah, I don't know if I'm super keen on any of those. Give me the Umbra. Nice. I'm going to take the opportunity to remove 1 more Whelp from this deck before I move into the next battle. Titan Skin 4 won't affect me. Alright, this bottom line. Supposed to be Guildmonger, Crucible, Salvage at the back. Then, Lady Gilda rocks on that second line. Sacrificial Chamber available immediately at the start. Salvage, we can Armament drive. 1, 2, 3. Salvage scrap metal from hand. And a whelp. Then let that Spear Steward be heavy forged. I'll also give you an equipment. And with all the rest of the energy we have left over this turn, I'm going to give 30 additional damage to our front steward. Oh, I have to use Pyrecast to also be able to use Golden Touch here, annoyingly. This is because of the Titan skin. It did affect me. Hell yeah. Okay, finally. I'm gonna disassemble that guy. And then I'm gonna play Forge Steward. I will Metallurgy the salvage in hand, getting us back another Guildmonger, which I'll play back at the front of the line. I really need to get holdover now. Could burn that. Sure. Why not? I mean, the Anvil Breaker is ridiculously big right now. Loaded Warp Golden Touch and Dissemble, both available for additional value from Guildmonger. Possible left in the draw pile. Oh, yeah. Those are those. Okay. Killed Mongo. Then... I can't get rid of Calcified Ember as well, I don't think. And I can't use Golden Touch for a kill. How do I do that then? I need to play 2 more cards right now. Wait, Smelt gives 1 additional energy, so it'll give me energy when I smelt nothing. Okay. I smelt the Golden Touch, then I can play Calcified Ember and smelt through Hammerfall and play Guildmonger. And we get Guildmonger to die 1 more time. And I got the Crucible. Ember burned out of the deck. That went really well. Also, you dying this many times on the bottom line is a bunch of money. I don't need a second Sacrificial Chamber. I already got one. Well, Moneymaker. No, I mostly only have Horde by the end of the fight, thank you. Second Armament Drive? No. Magnetic Relay, though. Return a friendly unit to your hand. That bounces Lady Gilda and gets us a second Gilded Egg. You're looting for 8 for the first time. On your first turn, 2 additional energy is real useful. Unit cards without upgrades cost -1. It's only really the stewards. Sorry, the stewards, the whelps. Spells with consume have a 50% chance to be discarded instead, but they still trigger the etch, which is really nice, giving me more etch triggers in the second cycle. And crystallized would enable us to hold Hammerfalls until the right time. Yeah, I think I want my edge cards to stick around a little longer. I'm finally able to pick it. I'm so pleased. Did I? Oh, I forfeit the sacrificial chamber early there. Yeah, that's not... I mean, it's important, but it's not going to kill me not to have it. There it is. Oh my god. Chosen of Savagery, you are screwed. This is so cool. Jack strips. 3 piercing damage when an enemy moves between floors, but we also have, when an enemy unit descends, they gain Pyogel 2, and when a unit without Pyogel gains Pyogel, it gains 6 additional stacks. So, now, enemies descend and gain 8 vulnerability. That's Pyogel. And then take 11 true piercing damage. Wanderer's Talisman, like, look, it's only gonna give random buffs to a unit I'm not using. So no. When a card with consumers played, deal 30 damage to the front enemy unit, sure. Pyre deals Pyogel 2 to all enemies on all floors on revenge, sure. Dragons gain Pyogel 5 on strike. Guildmonger is a dragon. I'd rather you play it than not. And also, like, my whole thing was I'm gonna get a ridiculous amount of money and then just, like, do ridiculous things. I think a second copy of Dissemble. I know it's Disassemble. I like the word Dissemble and I never get to use it. So I see Disassemble written it down and I'm like, close enough, let's go. Let's cut the rest of these bloated whelps at this point. I'm pretty flush with money. Yep. No problem. Still setting up on the bottom line here, but not in the final boss fight. There you go, Lady Gilder. Then Guildmonger, Crucible Steward, and Salvage Machine at the very back. Beautiful. Okay. First thing I'm going to do, magnetically relay and get myself a second egg. We're going all the way to 10 Dragon Horde at the end of this fight. Second that I'm going to do is Armament Drive at the bottom. Oh my god, Sacrificial Chamber before I even kill anyone down there. Huge. I'll even get additional capacity down on the bottom line. Then salvage a scrap metal from hand. Toss a Ritual Tome on Lady Gilda. And I get to hold this Pyre Cask anyway. Hell, I get to use it next turn because I just throw it to Kale. Ooh, yeah! Disassemble? That's my second card of the turn. I will Metallurgy through salvage. Get another Guildmonger back out on the field. They're back, baby. I'll have one of you smelt the other salvage in my hand. And then this Spear Steward gets played with 17 forge points on the top line. It's just ready to burst for a bunch of damage on Kale. Killed him. Then I can smelt Golden Touch, actually. Because I'm getting 8 at the end of the fight already. And then Forge Steward. Salvage draws us into the Guildmonger again. Anvil Break is getting pretty good. One more Lady Guild over the road, please. And I'll even forge your equipment. And we don't win on that line this turn. Okay, that's great. Just brilliant. Killing and bringing back the same unit as the lock now. Oh, wait, this actually helps, though. One more Lady Gilda, one more egg! It's only 50 more gold because we've already got way more Dragon Horde than is necessary. Oh, Lady Gilda Magnetic Relay. I can't believe I didn't see it before. I'm never going to need a Devil's Details. No Death Roar. Fortress Fortune. If it draws Forge Steward, it's nice. I'll be cutting the other 2 Stewards from the deck pretty soon. Worst case scenario, could possibly even draw the Guildmonger. This was energy for deployable energy, if I recall correctly. And it is. When a unit gains Biogel, it gains 1 additional stacks. Friendly units using abilities? I guess I do use abilities, yay! Actually, I use a decent amount of... I use quite a lot of abilities. Sizzling, Firecracker... I don't use that many spells. Give me the Shell, please. Hellheart's unlikely to be triggered at all. I think it's Void Fragment, and then I get real aggressive with trying to remove things. We have almost nothing we can accomplish in a Merchant of Steel, so this has got to be Merchant Magic. The Gilded Egg. Oh, we can get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gold. Whoa, remove consume. Whoa, give consume. So I can remove Consume from Anvil Breaker, and then I can negative its cost. I don't really get that much Forge. I get a decent amount. It's mostly from Dissembles at this point, though. Like, if I need to play Anvil Breaker, I probably only need to play it once. Maybe I play Ritual Tome more than that, though. I'm going to give Spell Chain to the Magnetic Relay just so it's ready to pop the hell off immediately. Plus 10 Magic Power for a... Golden Touch is so far beyond necessary in any way, shape, and or form, but I will still give it the upgrade. It's not like it costs me that much. Holdover is now here. I don't think Holdover needs to go on Magnetic Relay. I do think Holdover needs to go on a Dissemble. I do think negative cost Permafrost for... Maybe the Disassemble, actually, as well, actually. In case I get it on a turn where I'm like, nah, I don't need to use this. Permafrost is also good for the Anvil Breaker, but I also like the idea of reducing the cost of the Disassemble. Also any Magic Power and Consume for the other Hammerfall. For removals from this deck? Very soon it'll be Guildmonger and Golden Touch. Probably after the next fight. Probably cut Salvage and both Shield and Spear Steward. Conduit 1 on Slay means nothing. Quelling Catcher for 100 gold means nothing. I'll take Nim's Oath. Gives dazed to the front enemy unit of a random floor each turn. Let's also purge a Shield Steward. And hell, I'll get that Spear Steward out of here as well. I don't know. I feel like the game is disagreeing with me about that. You stay there for 1 second longer. Negative energy per turn, certainly annoying, but I think courtesy of having just taken an energy and still being okay without it, we'll be fine. Armament Drive opening is so good. Then Metallurgy through Scrap Metal, Lava Flow. I'm gonna smelt both of these salvages, and then get the Spear Steward on the top line. Far out of my sight. Excuse me? Wing clippings? What the hell do you think you're doing, wing clippings? Trader's Quill is being triggered. Wait a second. I need to very quickly check something. Have I been lied to? I was told that wing clippings was fixed to still trigger etch even if it doesn't consume the card. But maybe what it was fixed to is to clarify that if the card isn't consumed, it doesn't do anything. Let me make absolutely certain I understand this. Okay. Updated wing clippings to trigger etch when a consumed card is preserved. Well, wing clippings does not trigger etch when a consumed card is preserved. All right. Now, back to the game. Ridiculous. We magnetic relay for you, and then I'll bring you back and I'll play you again. Get him killed up. Oh my god, please stop preserving these cards. I'm actually having it's not cute. It's really not cute. No, fuck with me. Then I'll Soldier of Fortune back that Guildmonger. Works so well as long as I consume. I only do damage if I eat. You gotta let me eat. This is just getting distressing at this point. All right. It's fine. We'll win on the bottom line. Right now. I'd like to draw a magnetic relay this time. Thank you, game. That's very kind of you. I'm gonna score myself 2 more eggs. And then I'm gonna let the Guildmonger survive this fight. we looted 2,000 coins just from our eggs. Highborn Brain Spike, reduce cooldown by X. It's not bad. I need more draw to really be able to use that, though. Stuck up, no. Make it. I mean, it doesn't really cost me anything. Am I going to a Merchant of Magic? Yeah, I probably am. Machinist's Tome is weird here because I'm not really giving much armor to anyone. Railgun, just with the ability to eat up all of the additional damage I put on the field, is... all the additional energy, rather, that I put on the field is nice, but I don't have a really good way of giving it additional damage, and also I'm already doing much better without it than I think I would be with it. Bye-bye, Steward. Beautiful 10, and equip for Conduit 4. Barely relevant at all, but we'll have it. Dragons and Whelps have additional damage. Sure, we have a dragon. Molten Manifold. X6 cards get +2 to their X value when played. Not half bad at all. When you forge an equipment, grant +2 damage and armor 2 for each forge point spent. Also, when you forge an equipment or unit, grant an additional 2 health for each forge point spent. Also, Ancient Biotap, when you're out of energy, cards can be played for their cost and fire health. Also, whenever you play a room card, apply a capacity to the floor, and whenever an enemy unit dies, their Pyre Gel is spread among all enemy units, and on the turn after deployment phase, draw until you have 10 cards. Alright, I only have 2,500 gold left, so I gotta be careful with what I spend now. I'm gonna give Spell Chain to this Hammerfall just to buff my unit. Gonna give the other Hammerfall a higher Holy Stone. I'm gonna remove Consume. Fine, from Anvil Breaker. Actually, I'll give it a Permafrost. There you go, I'll just hold you until the right turn for you. I've got one more unit that I have to purge after this next fight as well, so I've got to keep that in mind. One more unit, one more card. I mean, it could always just be a salvage. Actually, it should probably already be a Sacrificial Chamber. Which means I'm not playing any rooms anywhere, so my room thing isn't going to trigger. It's not... thankfully, it didn't bankrupt me. I'm just going to take a second Ritualist Tome. No, because I do need to be able to attack it. Oh, no, I'm setting up on 2 and 4, right? Of course, I don't need to be able to attack on that bottom line that much. All good. Ritual Tome. I have so much money, I can just curate my deck. So... are there any of these cards that I just don't use at all? Not really. I'm gonna keep them all. Guildmonger's just going to defend Lady Gilda on the top line first turn. Can kill and replay Guildmonger this turn. I don't think forging Guildmonger, who then immediately dies afterwards, is particularly clear-eyed the idea. Armament drive for 4 weapons. Then I will salvage a salvage. I'll salvage the other salvage in hand as well. All in service of trying to get a giant juicy buff on each of these stewards. There we are. Yeah, that chosen assassin in the back line's annoying, unfortunately, but I might be able to do something about it. Let's drop a Guildmonger on this floor again. I cast the boss. Disassemble that Guildmonger. Play the Guildmonger back on the field again. Metallurgy our way through a Vengeful Shard. Please stop preserving my things. I know you think you're helping. Oh, I forgot that... Wow, I can't believe I forgot that my Crucible Stewards are actually quick. All of these units are going to ascend, and all of the backline units die. Fortunately, I do have to take Amalgam straight to the face there, but... we have enough health to be able to do that consistently. Oh, you got dazed. Huh. I didn't know Nim's Oath could hit you. Anvil Breaker for 700 damage? Or do I just try and save it up until I can explode? Oh boy, it's time. Okay, so... let's get a Ritual Tome. Then it's time to bounce you on top. Great. I'm saving all of my forge to do something else with. There's Guildmonger again. I'm going to disassemble you again. Then play Lady Gilda top line. Then I'm going to bounce you again. Then I'm going to play Lady Gilda top line. Have the Crucible Steward eat a Vengeful Shard from hand, so I don't have to ever draw that again. I simply need to smelt some damage on this line. Let's play Guildmonger. I'm going to kill the Guildmonger. Then I'm going to Soldier of Fortune, drawing Guildmonger and another card. Ooh, Magnetic Relay. Bounce Lady Gilda to get one more egg. Yeah, thankfully no matter what happens on this mid lane, we are still okay. Hell yeah. Now we'll do it. Anvil Breaker for 2.4 thousand damage. And then we'll just let the floor take the rest of it. Beautiful. Just removing another card from the deck. I mean, the Guildmonger is nice fodder for the Forge drive. Fire casks are at least nice for the enemy boss line. We got a single salvage. And then loot 10 from Dragon Horde yet again. Spells gain 3 damage for each upgrade on the card. Well, supply fire gel, of course. Start a turn, fully healed champions. Yeah. Lady Gilda can easily stand on her own line, even with increasing corruption with that. This should be a breeze. We'll set up pretty much the same as well, just so that the AoE is not unmanageable. Decent salvage machining so far. Gotta get 5 slots in hand. I'll metallurgy the first pickup. Great. There's all these weapons. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for good measure. Then Make It Rain could remove all of the shield from Dominion, and then I could wait for Anvil Breaker to be how I kill Dominion. Yeah. That's a pretty legitimate way to do that. I'll also buy a cast you up there. Then Hammerfall to get some decent damage on both of them. I'm fine taking direct fire damage as well. It's given everyone some fire gel in response. Get him, Gilda. Unfortunately, Guildmonger needs to die later for this to work. Managed to give out some additional damage. Yeah, Titanbreaker's about half of the size it needs to be to kill the top line. Entropy's dead. Anvil Breaker kills top line. I need way more damage on Savagery, so that's probably accomplished with a lot of etching cards here. Fine, we'll get him. And we did. We did got him. Sure, I'll play out the rest of it because I can, but... Oh, I can even get him with spells. Hammerfall. Get him! Reduce the last two of them down to 0 HP with that. Spell Chain and additional cost reduction on it. And then also the Molten Molding. +2 to all X costs on cast. Where are you? Molten Manifolds. Love it. It did incredible work in this run. Again? Oh, we're finally back in the position of win streaks not having any statistics to say. Which I'm really surprised about. I mean, intrinsic armament drive, it wasn't very flashy by the end, but good lord, it was doing so much work. Really, like, in terms of, like, the work that was being put in, the Crucible Stewards were doing so much. But Lady Gilda summoned 5 eggs in one match, giving us 2,000 gold, as well as 30 Dragon Horde at the end of that fight, just in case I desperately needed it that much. There's so many ridiculous things you can do with this card, I already know. I mean, like, just bouncing certain champions like that. Ridiculous. You know what this would be really good for? So Pyreborn, the Reaper line, right? The Reaper line has an ability, culling, reaping, something like that. It's 6 turns to attack. If you had a holdover magnetic relay, you just play that unit, you just pull the Hellborn Prince off of the field, put them back down, and then force them to attack. And then you do it again if you have Spell Chain. Hell yeah. Let's jump back to the main screen so that I can Tell ya, my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content to the game, past, present, and future YouTube recommendations. Down below, streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsyPlays. And above the thank tier. And a special thanks this episode to Malaka. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.